What's going on, guys? It is Mike from Better Me, and I am really glad to be back with you guys today because today I want to talk about what inflation actually is and how you can protect you and your family from inflation. So what exactly is inflation? Well, when there's more dollars that are inserted into the economy, that means more people have these dollars and they're actually able to buy more goods and services. So when people are buying more goods and services, what happens is the price of those goods and services actually go up. Why is that? Well, it's simply just supply and demand. So whenever the price of something goes up, that means that there is a decrease in supply and an increase in demand. So the more in demand that product or service is, usually the higher the price is, the less amount of demand for that product or service, the less the price is. You can see this all over the economy today. It's similar to the housing market, right? So if there is an abundance of homes on the market, usually the prices of homes tend to decline. But if there are not that many houses on the market, say if interest rates are really low, everybody's getting mortgages, everybody's buying homes, there's then a shortage of homes on the market. People start to build new homes, and then the prices of homes actually start to skyrocket. So when all this happens, this actually causes inflation in our economy. So you're actually able to buy less with your dollar today than you were yesterday. So the question is, how can you actually combat inflation? How can you and your family stay safe from the rising inflation today? So a couple things are debt. Now, when I say debt, I don't mean to actually get into debt. I actually mean to pay off your debt. I often say to people, who is actually getting 26 to 30% interest on their money? Well, the answer, oddly enough, is your credit card company. So if you actually look at your statement, most people's interest rates, most middle class, poor interest rates are 26 to 30%. So definitely take a look at your statement. If you're not paying off your credit cards at the end of every month, it's really good that you start doing so. I know that's not easy for a lot of people to do, but honestly, if you can pay off your debt at the end of every month, I would encourage you to do so, because what the credit card company is doing is it's charging you interest and sometimes fees for actually paying late. And then if you have fees and interest on top of that, now you're paying a ton of money at the end of every month on top of the actual money that you spent. So it's really difficult because this economy is really based, it's a credit-based system. It's not a cash-based system. So what does that mean? The majority of us actually spend more than we have. Let me give you an example. If you make $100,000 per year and you go to apply for a credit card, the credit card company is going to look at your credit history, they're going to look at your income, and as an example, let's just say they give you a $10,000 credit limit, okay? And so now you can actually go out and spend, if you make $100,000 per year, you can go out and spend $110,000 per year, even though you don't make $110,000 per year. So because people technically spend more than they have in this country, the consumer debt in this country is really, really, really high. And so what we want to do is we want to educate people on how to be able to pay off their debts at the end of every month, and how to make really good investment choices, how to make good spending choices, and how to increase the income that they're already making. So the second thing is tech. There's so much tech out there. There's so many apps out there. We have a power computer in our hands these days, in our phones, no matter which phone you have, whether it's Apple, whether it's Android, whatever it is, we have these amazing devices in our hands that give us total control and total power to be able to find out where the cheapest things are today. For example, apps that find you cheap gas, apps that find you cheap food, apps that tell you the grocery store prices so you compare grocery store prices, apps that can tell you product prices so you compare product prices between maybe Amazon or Walmart. And so if you use these apps efficiently, you should be able to actively find cheaper goods and services that you can purchase rather than paying full price for them. I know myself that I use an app that shows me where the cheapest gas is. I also belong to a wholesale club, and that wholesale club usually has gas that's about 20 to 23 cents cheaper on the gallon normally than regular gas. Number 3 is a side hustle. There is no shame at all in getting a side hustle. And normally what tends to happen is that side hustle can actually transform into a full-time business. So you can go from your full-time job, your full-time job, into that full-time business. So getting a side hustle can actually help you make additional income. There's all kinds of things that you can do. People are looking for freelancers nowadays all the time where you can work from home on your computer. You can use apps like Fiverr, where they're looking for freelancers all the time to build websites, to build graphics. You can use things like Upwork, which is another place where they're looking for freelance contractors to be able to build for them. And this is extra income for you in your pocket. So having a side hustle could actually do wonders for you and your family by increasing your income exponentially if you choose the right side hustle. And lastly, investments. So guys, this is really important. It's really important that we educate not only ourselves as parents and adults, but we educate our kids on how to invest, on how to save, on how to grow their money. So some investments, for example, that are a little bit more on the risky side would include index funds. So they just mirror the returns of the market. They're on the open market, so they are risky. So if the market goes down, you will lose money in the market. But if you buy and hold, you will tend to do better and you will tend to make more money passively if you go ahead and hold that stock rather than just day trading. Another way you can do it is you can invest in real estate. So you can invest in physical real estate, or you can invest in REITs, which are technically called real estate investment trusts. You can invest in those for also a buy and hold strategy, or you could do something more safe. And something more safe is something like an indexed universal life insurance. So what is indexed universal life insurance? Well, it's a policy where you have a death benefit. It's a whole life insurance policy. It lasts your whole life, but it also has a cash bucket. And the cash bucket also mirrors the return on the index, similar to the stock market, but your money actually never goes into the open market. And when there's a loss in the stock market, you actually don't lose any money in the market. That's what we actually put a lot of our clients in today so that they can help recession-proof their income. So guys, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Please like the channel, please subscribe. And if you need any further information from me, you can reach out at info@fivepillarfinancial.com. That's info@fivepillarfinancial.com. And until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video.